Good afternoon, everybody. Going to go over our Forex trades for today, Thursday, May 19th. Um, Two trades. It was actually just one scalp off of US dollar Japanese yen, which was a full scalp. And then we correlated it with the Swiss franc to Japanese yen, 50% the size. Uh, you could just see here how the markets just aren't doing a whole lot. We got in last night. It was a late night. We actually didn't get out till about 2 o'clock in the morning. Didn't want to leave, didn't want to take the loss. It was against us, and then we were breaking even. And so we held out for a move up, and we ended up making 4.3 pips on a size adjusted basis. So it certainly wasn't worth staying up to 2 o'clock in the morning, but we ended up making a little bit of a profit. So let's get first to the economic news, which there was quite a bit of. Yesterday afternoon was the FOMC minutes. They released their meeting minutes from the Fed meeting in April. And the minutes were rather mixed, tilted toward a hawkish side. So tilted towards that the Fed wants to raise rates in June. Last night, China sent the Fed a message by devaluing their currency to the lowest levels of this year. So you have, we're going to talk a little bit more about that in a minute, about the Fed in a minute. But you have all the other central banks around the world doing whatever they can to stimulate economies, and yet the Fed is being steadfast on saying they want to raise rates. And like I said, China sent them a message last night. Also last night, Moody's cuts the U.S. 2016 growth forecast in the U.S. down to 2% from 2.3%. So again, here you got the Fed wanting to raise rates. The street is telling the Fed no way. China's telling the Fed no way. And Moody's is telling the Fed no way. We'll have to see what transpires in the June meeting. This morning, some Fed governors were speaking. Lackard spoke. He said he basically unleashed more hawkish. He said markets took a wrong signal from the Fed in March and April, that the Fed has changed, that the Fed is really leaning towards raising rates in June. Matter of fact, Lacker said he's comfortable with 4 rate hikes in 2016. There's only 5 meetings left. So he says they're going to raise rates in 4 of the last 5 meetings, it's absolutely insane. Dudley is another one that came out this morning, Federal Reserve Governor Dudley. He said that June is a live meeting, and that if, he said it's important for markets to grasp the Fed's thinking. To us, it's the other way around. The Fed needs to start to grasp what the market's telling it, right? T. Rowe Price actually came out, a huge company, T. Rowe Price came out this morning and said the Fed has changed the goalposts so many times, everyone is confused. And you can tell because markets, the more the Fed talks, the more the markets become confused and the markets don't do a whole lot. In all markets, currency markets, stock markets, bond markets, a lot of markets are stuck in consolidation ranges and what have you. And the Fed, and especially the Fed, is really confusing things. Other central bankers, not so much. As far as economic news, the Philly Fed came out, missed, worse than expected. Actually was looking for a reading of 3.0, came in a reading of negative 1.8. So not good there from the Philly Fed. Initial jobless claims, which is, again, a weekly number. You don't put too much weight in it. Came out with higher jobless claims, so missed estimates there. So here's these Fed governors saying that the market's wrong, that June's a live meeting, good likelihood they're going to raise rates. The same day, 2 economic indicators come out, both missing. It's like you can't make it up. Anyway, let's get to the trade. We had a signal here, US dollar, Japanese yen to go long 110.256. Our stop was about 109.90. It got down to about 109.94 last night, bounced, like I said, and then finally took a move up, and we sold a 110.342, picking up 8.6 pips. And that was a full size, and we had correlated it with 50% of our normal size or full size of Swiss franc Japanese yen. So we were short this 111.56. And you can see how they move, right? How they move together as the US dollar Japanese yen made this pulled down this move up. Swiss franc did the exact same thing, pulled down, moved up. So when we got out of the US dollar Japanese yen, obviously we got out at the same time, or within a couple minutes, Swiss franc Japanese yen, and sold, covered that at 111.648, picking up 8.6 pips, or size adjusted 4.3. So all said and done, we picked up 4.3 pips. So nothing great, wasn't worth staying up to 2 o'clock in the morning for sure. But those things happen. We got stuck in the position, and just really from a lack of market action. Anyway, so that's it. So we're gonna wrap it up. If you're still trading now, good luck. If any signals come out, they'll be coming your way, and we'll be back tomorrow. Assuming we get some action tonight, tomorrow morning. Have a great rest of your day.